Hello for the 29th week in Ordinary Time, using Isaiah 45 and the Gospel Matthew 22, verses 15 to 21. I have 4 coins here in my hand: a quarter, a dime, a nickel, and a penny. Well, let's just take 2. The penny has the image of Abraham Lincoln on it, our 16th president, maybe our best. And the quarter, George Washington, our first president. And we honor these humans, these leaders, by placing them on our coins. We didn't make this up. Age old in the history. And in the Gospel, Jesus is talking about the denarius, or the Pharisees are asking this trick question relative to the denarius. I don't have a denarius, but at any rate, a denarius is say something like this, and it has the image of the emperor on it, Caesar, and that denarius, they think that was a day's wage. And the question, the trick question that they ask Jesus is, is it lawful to pay the census tax to Caesar or not? And Jesus was, show me one of your coins. Shows me, and they show him the denarius, and it has the Roman emperor, Caesar. And Caesar, was the head of the Roman Empire, sort of like Washington or Abraham Lincoln. And he says, whose image is it? Well, it's Caesar's. He's the head of that government and that empire. Well then, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, but give to God what belongs to God. I don't know what that does for you, but I think everything belongs to God. And I don't know how great it was for them to give to Caesar the Roman coin, the denarius, to pay their taxes. Because these people really had problems using Roman coins to pay the Roman government in Rome when all of this money never came back. It stayed in Rome, and they got the benefit of their money, and they did not like it, to say the least. But yet Jesus says, give to the Romans, or give to the emperor, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God. Does that help any? Well, it didn't help me too much. I believe that God owns all things. And so, in a sense, he has a right to have all things. And the Romans, or we today, is the government throttling you, taking all your money in taxes, and wasting all your money, or, all kinds of ideas. Well, I think maybe last week I gave a homily, just one half. And I said, well, the rest of the homily is for you to figure out. Well, I'm going to give the other half of this homily with 4 questions and end up, I think, with the most important question at the end. And these 4 questions are, 1, what things belong to Caesar? Or what things belong to government in my life today, now? 2, what things do not belong to God? 3, what things do belong to God? Those 3. What belongs to Caesar are the governments. Are there things that don't belong to God? And what really belongs to God? Now, the final question that I ponder, and I think is the punch or the point of this homily, but in all honesty, I had a very hard time working on this week's homily. But the only thing that I come up with that I feel good about is to ask myself, what do I owe God? Talk about owing the government. You can talk about owing your bank or whatever. But what do I owe God? Well, you do the next half of the homily. This is 5 minutes or so. You do the 5 minutes or so, the next half. Now, if you take last week's homily and this week's homily, different, but if you put them together and you have a good homily, I'm not so sure of that. Have a good day.